I genuinely don't know why I thought this was a great video idea for someone who possibly have ADHD. So yeah, okay. Anyways, in today's video, I want to give you some tips on how you can remove distractions from your life so that you can create your dream life. How's that? Pretty good? Let's roll with it. As always, I do have my handy dandy notes so I don't get off track, because low-key, I do stay distracted. So this is just such a coincidence. So the best thing that you could possibly do is be mindful and intentional with what you're doing and how long you're doing. It's crazy that I just got distracted right there. Guys, I promise I do have realistic tips. I just genuinely get distracted. I think it's very important to be very mindful and intentional with what you're doing and how long you're doing it for. There's been many of times that I've just scrolled on social media, whether it's Pinterest, watched YouTube for hours, and just not doing anything wrong, not harming myself. We're not constantly seeing negativity, but just mindlessly scrolling for hours. To me, I'm having a good time. I'm laughing it up. I'm literally vibey. But what could I be doing in that time that I'm wasting? Literally probably editing a video, journaling, reading the Bible, cleaning, cooking. It's so much I could possibly be doing, because I say I have so much stuff to do, but so little time. But the reality is, I waste a lot of time. And you know, honestly, the good thing is Apple has made this very easy. I don't have a Samsung, so I don't know anything about that. So now I'm gonna show you a few ways that you can monitor and kind of view or keep track of what you're doing on your phone 24/7. So this can be applied to Samsung users, all phone users. Let's not even call Samsung's iPhone, there's more phones than that. But this tip can be applied to any phone. What you can do is just set a timer for 30 minutes. And when that timer goes off, you get off the social media app or whatever you're doing. Because honestly, reading a book can be very distracting. There's been many of times that I've stayed up to like 1 o'clock in the morning reading my book when I should definitely be asleep, because I definitely have work in the morning. Even good things could be distracting, because like a book is very harmless. It's literally escaping reality. It's the best thing ever. But we have to have a positive relationship with it. Staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning to read a book, to find out what's gonna happen next, and you gotta be up at 6 o'clock is probably not the best thing to do for your health. This is why this video is just not for you, it's for me as well, because honestly that was just last week, so we have things to work on together, okay? Now in Apple, there's this really cool like time limit setting that you can put like a limit on your apps. I don't really like that. I don't want restrictions. I don't want to feel like I can't get to something. I want to be able to do things on my own term. So I rather set a timer or an alarm clock. When I click Instagram, I don't want to be told, oh, your time limit was reached today. That would just make me more rebellious, and I would just, it wouldn't work out. It wouldn't be that healthy. It's kind of like when your mom tells you you can't have snacks and you go sneak in the kitchen and get the snacks anyway. Sorry, mom. But if that's something you would like to do, please, by all means, go and learn about the time limit in your apps. I definitely believe that is something you can do on all phones, like the Samsungs and Apple. I'm not 100% sure about Samsung, but I know that's something that you can do with Apple. Another cool feature in Apple is screen time. You can literally see how much time you spent on every single app, what time of the day you was on that app. If you spend most of your morning on YouTube or Instagram, the screen time will tell you. That's why I love that. I'd be embarrassed sometimes when they be coming up, you spent 2 hours more on your phone this week. Who asked you? Because I really didn't ask for the details. Why are you even giving me details? I don't even know where I was going. I still had one more. So the next feature is do not disturb. Apple have this beautiful little moon button. Let me show you. It's right here. It's under focus, which also you can utilize focus, but I don't use focus, so I can't really, you know, give details about that. But utilize it, learn about it. There's lots of tech channels. Anything that I mentioned that I don't go in detail about, definitely look it up on YouTube. There's many people giving great details, great advice about how to actually utilize these functions to its full potential. But yeah, do not disturb, you literally just hit the do not disturb, it pops up on your screen. Do not disturb is on. No texts can come through unless you have like your people who can get through. I do have my boyfriend, my mom, and so certain people can get through, but most of the times those people are not texting me at random times unless it is important, which is why they are on my bypass. But that just give you more like that out of sight, out of mind type thing. If like if people are not texting you, you can't be distracted. I mainly use do not disturb when I'm recording, when I'm editing, like things like that. Oh, and at nighttime, that way I'm not woken up by text messages, but that's more so because I'm a light sleeper. You can utilize do not disturb any way you possibly want to. So if you're anything like me, the phone is a very, very distracting tool, and it's kind of best for me to leave my phone alone for the very first 30 minutes of my day and right before I close my eyes. I try to do like an hour, but most of the time, let's be honest, 30 minutes is more realistic for me unless I'm in a good book. If I'm in a good book, 1 to 2 hours is great, but if I'm not reading a book, 30 minutes is probably the best I can do. I know when you're first waking up, getting on your phone is terrible because like I can stroke for a long time. I have my mail to check, my text messages, what's popping on Instagram, what's popping on Twitter, who posted overnight. I can do a lot of things. So for me, it's best to wake up, turn off my alarm, and then go ahead and play my music and go get ready for the day. I just found that works best for me. I cannot be in the bed just scrolling because that will literally be a horrible start to my day. Now for nighttime, I'm a little more, this is a little more my thing because I haven't really broke that habit yet. I'm trying. So since we're talking about social media so much, of course the #1 way to remove distractions from your life is to reduce your amount of time on social media. So that's just like the scrolling that we kind of mentioned earlier. I guess that was kind of self-explanatory because that was all over the video, so I didn't really need to make a point about that. But I'm still saying it, just in case somebody didn't get it when I was mentioning it earlier. Or maybe I feel stupid now. We're gonna go to the next tip. Thank you. Something I didn't mention as a distraction, and you really wouldn't think as a distraction, is the things that you take in, the things that you see, the things that can cause you to react in a way that's not positive towards your goals and towards the things that you want in life. For instance, jealousy, envy, two of the same things, anxiety, negativity. Those are things that actually can distract you. They're not things that's helping you move forward. You're actually either not moving or going backwards. So I say get a hold of those things. If you need counseling, this is where I talk about my sponsor. No, I'm just joking. I have seen so many BetterHelp sponsors at this point, it's crazy. Try to get those things under control because it literally can hold you back mentally, and mental health is so important. And speaking about mental health and all of these things, I do want to talk about decluttering your space in your mind. This is a great way to remove distractions because remember how I mentioned earlier that I have ADHD low-key? If I see something that's out of place, my mind gravitates towards that and I want to fix it. But while fixing it, I see something else and I want to fix that. So if my place is already tidy, everything is where it needs to be, the chances of me being distracted are minimized. So cleaning my space, keeping things tidy, putting things back where they're supposed to be, all of that helps with reducing my distractions. Now when it comes to the mind, I really believe journaling and whatever your faith is, so for me is the Bible, Jesus, God, all of that stuff, having a long time with him, praising and worshiping, praying and conversing with him, or journaling, letting all my feelings get out, just letting everything go. So just make sure to keep your space and your mind decluttered from all of those distractions that can paralyze you or stop you in your track. Another good practice would be to gravitate towards your distractions, whatever you are distracted by easily, or your fun time towards the end of your day or towards the end of your task. So once you got all your important stuff done, then maybe you can start implementing picking up the phone and talking on the phone, FaceTiming, because that's also a distraction. I'm just not really including it because distractions is whatever it is for you. You know, I can't really speak on your life. I can be distracted in many ways, but for you, it's whatever keeps you from your dream life. Because think about it, me picking up my phone while I'm editing might not be the best thing to do because I don't like editing, especially like the very clean and cut. I don't like that. It's boring. So if I pick up my phone, I best believe I'm gonna be there for about an hour because it's better, it's fun, it's something I would enjoy more than sitting there editing me saying for like 2 hours straight. So be realistic with yourself. Think about it. Have you ever got anything done faster by picking up your phone, by being on FaceTime, or by reading a book? You've never gotten any of your tasks done faster unless your task was to read a book. And babe, we're not talking about that. We're talking about real life tasks, goals, priorities, putting yourself forward type things, putting your dream life before your distractions, okay? Okay, so talking about your to-do list and all that things, this is a great time to talk about making sure you have a to-do list. Plan out your day, write things out. This really, really helps me because when I know what I need to do, I am less distracted. If I don't have a to-do list, I am all over the place. I have no direction. I'm doing whatever I want to do, and then at the end of the day, I feel like I did absolutely nothing. So it's best to just write my task out, write my little check marks, because the check marks is the most satisfying part. When I see those check marks on my to-do list, it's like it just does something to me. It makes me feel like I am out here living my best life and building and working towards my dream life. So make sure you write it down and check it off. So I think this is a really good tip for people who work and go to school. That's like half the people in the world basically. But just having your clothes out for the next day, or like having your lunch ready, or your breakfast, your meal prep, all of those things really will help decrease the amount of times you get distracted. If you think about it, how many times do you change your outfits? That's for you to answer, not really me, because I know I already change my outfits a lot of time. But if you already have your outfit, I'm the type of person who will have my outfit picked out and then change it again in the morning. I think taking your clothes out, getting whatever skincare you're gonna use that morning, because you know some people have lots of skincare and they change it up and have different things. Just imagine how much time is wasted when you don't really have a plan, when you don't have it all set out in front of you. Yeah, so set your stuff out now. This is your sign. This is your sign to start planning out your day, setting your stuff out, pull your clothes out, pull everything out. So to end off this video, I do want to tell you to use very realistic restrictions. I don't like the word restrictions because it makes me feel like I'm a kid. I'm not a kid. But don't try to make yourself like, oh, for 4 hours a day I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm not going to, like, be realistic and have fun with it. Don't just be making yourself feel like a prisoner. No, you pay for your phone bill. Sometimes we need a little fun. Sometimes we need to scroll and see what everybody else doing, who having a baby, who getting married. We need to know these things. So, but seriously, for real, just don't be too hard on yourself. Have fun. I say start with 30 minutes on each app at a time, okay? At a time. I'm not saying a day. That is crazy. I cannot even do that myself. No one ever said that distractions were bad. I just think they have a control over us. So I'm hoping to help you guys have control over your distractions. You're gonna create your dream life by being in control of your life. And what's a better way to be in control than controlling the things that you can't control? There's a difference between controlling things that you can't control and controlling things that you can't control. You let that sit in however you want to sit down. I don't even know if it's sitting with me. That's how crazy I am. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just a very short and simple how to remove distractions from your life. All in all, I'm hoping this helps somebody. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bye, guys.